So Eric, let's take a look at how I think this is going to flow. I've been trying to refine this to make it easier. I made some changes to the sheet. So I'm building this presentation so that you can follow through. So the first step is to create a new copy of the form. So you just do that, make a copy. This is creating a new form, and then following the steps I'm going to show you in there, this would actually become teacher E, progress, student progress. And then I use the folder icon immediately and I move it into my student progress folder. I add a new folder. I call this teacher E. In this case, I'm creating a new folder for teacher E, and I move my new form right there. The next step is to fill out the form. We need a line of data, so I'm just going to use student A. I just have one student in this form that I have set up. I'm going to just go through this real quick. So math, 80. The math goal was 70, so that's going to show up as green. And then I'm just using my keyboard here. So ELA, let's see if I did 80 again, and the goal was 90, then that student did not actually make it. Social studies, let's say 60, and the goal was 55, so that student's gonna make it. And then my last one, science, 40, and the goal was 45, so didn't make it, and submit. Okay. Now what I wanted to do is then immediately go back here. I see that I have a response, and now I want to open that and create that new folder. And that teacher E, one of the things I do, you don't have to, but I just clean this up a little bit by shrinking everything down a little bit so I can see it better. But I do have to come here and change this to data, because everything's, my formulas on my other sheets referred to that. So then if we come back here and take a look, so I renamed the new form, I used the folder icon to create a new folder, moved it in there, viewed the form, filled it out one time, we did that. We then created the new spreadsheet. Now I'm down here, so I want to open my master form spreadsheet. So I happen to have that right here. I want to copy to an existing spreadsheet, because I just created it, recent, teacher E, select. Okay, done. And I also want to move this one, and I want to copy that to existing spreadsheet, recent, teacher E, select, done. Now if I come back to teacher E, I'll notice that I just slide this around. So here's copy of summary, but notice if I go to student A, which automatically populates, that data is already in there. And then copy of lists, it's also showing me students. You use this if you want to set up Form Ranger. It takes a little bit of time, but if you set up Form Ranger, then the form will automatically, this form here, when we view it, will automatically repopulate with a student list and all that other stuff. So that's why we do that. If you want, if the teachers can copy and paste their curriculum and their student lists in themselves, because they can edit this form, then that works as well. And then I usually just highlight this and get rid of the word copy and get on both of these. So that's sort of how you create a new form for a teacher. That's the first part of this. So again, if I come back here to student progress, notice I now have teacher E, and I have a form and a spreadsheet, and teacher D has a form and a spreadsheet, and so forth and so on.